Welcome to another edition of Tech Tuesday presented by Delta Media Group, where we remember that Ryan Reynolds' first superhero suit was green instead of red. So today we are going to take a look at the tile functionality in DeltaNet 6. Now, if this is turned on at the company level, agents do have the ability to go in here and set their own custom tiles on the dashboard page in the DeltaNet. Now, to be clear, that does exist on this dashboard page, so by default, when you log in, you're going to find yourself on this page first. Or you can click the dashboard link over here in the side navigation, and that'll take you to that dashboard page also. So that is the page where these tiles up at the top can be edited when the setting is turned on. Now, you'll know the setting is turned on because you'll have a drop-down up here at the top. So it'll be on company view by default generally. So this is what the company's tiles look like. So this is available to everyone in the company. And then you've got office view. So these would be the tiles that are available just to members of your office, or your primary office. And then you will have personal view. This is where you can customize the tiles to fit exactly whatever your workflow is to make you as efficient as possible. So to set these up, you'll notice you have an Edit Tiles button up here in the top, and if I click on that, that opens up a couple of buttons, an Edit button and a Trash Can button on each of the tiles. And the Edit button lets you modify the tile, so if I click on Edit, you can see we've got options to edit it there. And then if I click Delete, that allows me to delete the tile altogether. Lastly, I have the ability to add a new tile. So we'll go ahead and add a new tile. Now the interface to add a new tile is exactly the same as the edit interface, so effectively we will be looking at both at the same time. So I'm going to click on Add a New Tile, and we'll go through the process. So here we are. Now the first thing you'll have here is up at the top you can set your tile type. So a link is just a link out to another page, and that could be another page in the DeltaNet, or that could be another page on a third-party website. So you can actually link out of the DeltaNet from these tiles. And the next one is single sign-on. So if there are some single sign-ons that are set up in the system already, pre-built, then you can select from those to add a single sign-on link to your tiles. And then you have a tile collection, and we'll go over that one last. So first off, under links, you have a couple of options here. If you are linking to a page in the DeltaNet, this system can actually autofill this for you. So if I wanted to add an Add Customer button to this page, I could type in Add Customer. There we go. And then if I select that one, you can see that it fills out all the rest of the fields for me. So all I would do to add this one is, you can see it's set the title for me, it set the icon, it's going to use the default colors, it set up its keywords. So I would just click on Save. And now I have an Add Customer button. And if I click on it, you can see it opens up that Add Customer modal. So we'll click on Edit again and add another new tile. So if I wanted to link this out to a third party, what I would do is either type in the URL here, and I'll go ahead and type it in, but generally you would copy and paste this in here. So we'll set up a link to go out to YouTube. I'll say because this takes me out to a third party, I want to open it in a new tab. That way it doesn't take over my DeltaNet tab, it creates a new one. And we're going to call it YouTube. A very apt description. This is YouTube. I think a good icon would probably be a play button, right? So just type in play, and you can see the autocompleter comes up and shows me all the icons I can pick from. So let's go with this nice double tone one. And then maybe for this one I don't want to use the default color. For this one maybe I want to apply a YouTube-y color to it, so we'll make it a nice bright red, a really bright red. And then lastly we'll set up the keywords. What's particularly nice about the keywords is that if I type any of the keywords in to this quick search box up here, it'll return my tile as a result and give me just a shortcut to that tile. So no matter what page I'm on, if I wanted to get to YouTube or do whatever my YouTube tile does, I could go up here and I could type in YouTube and it'll bring this up so I can click on it and go straight through to YouTube, or basically follow whatever this tile's behavior is. So we'll say YouTube, videos. Now as I type, what I'm doing is actually typing a comma after I type out the word. So if I said upload, there we go, upload video, and put in a comma, that comma key is what turns this into a actual keyword. So that's what separates those. And then if I wanted to get rid of one, I'll just click the X, and then that one goes away. So now that my tile's set up, I'm going to click Save. And there you have it. So now I have a YouTube button. And if I click on it, you can see it opens a new tab, and that new tab takes me to YouTube. Now go back into our DeltaNet tab there. So that is how you can add tiles here. It's just as simple as that. Now we'll go back to edit tiles again, and I'll go ahead and add another new one. Now in this case, we'll take a look at single sign-on. So if I click on that, many of these options will be the same, but in this case, I'm not controlling where this tile goes or what it does exactly. I'm just controlling the title and the description, things like that. So if I click here, you can see these are some single sign-on links that are set up here. Now this is just on our demo site, so you may have a different set of single sign-ons available to you there. In fact, you probably will. You just select from whichever one you want to go with, and then you go through here and fill out all the information necessary to fill out what will actually display on that tile. So just like the link tile, title is going to show up as this main text here. Short description will show up here under the bottom. These icons are the icons that appear over here, kind of faded into the background, and those work exactly the same way. I'd have been awfully lucky if I found a graphic icon. So let's say, let's do another play button because I know that works. There we go. There we go. How about a picture of an MP3 player? So you type in there, and that'll find you all the different icons you can go with there. Short description is the description down here below that main title, and then set your color and set your keywords up the same way, exactly like you would with a link title. So this all works exactly the same. The only difference is its functionality when you click on it, instead of being determined by me putting a URL in here and deciding whether or not it opens in the same tab. You just select the single sign-on, and then it performs whatever actions it needs to make that single sign-on work when you click on it. So we'll close out of that. Now we'll click on the Add New Tile again to start fresh. Now the last one we have here is a tile collection. Now this can be particularly nice if you are linking to a feature that is controlled by more than one page. So we use these a lot for things like e-cards and flyers, and email blasts, because there are different things you can do with those features. So I'll click on Tile Collection, and now you'll see in this case the only thing I can set is the title, which as we said is this piece here, the short description, which is that small text that shows below the title, and the icon, which is the actual icon that shows up here on the right side of the tile. And then lastly, we can set the color. The reason for that is that once I set that up, and we'll go ahead and say tile collection, this is my tile collection. Oh, I found something for collection. How about that? Album collection. I like it. Oh, now we lost it. Hold on. There we go. Album collection. We got there. And we'll leave this one on default rainbow colors. So hit save. And there we are. So it added our tile collection button. Now when I click on this, it's going to open this additional modal that lets me then select what tiles I want to add here. Now I would add these tiles exactly the same way that I add them on the other page. So add new tile, go through exactly the same process, it's exactly the same interface. So the whole idea is I'll click on this, and this gives me a collection of tiles that show up in this modal beneath it. So to give you an example of what that would look like all set up, if I go down here to marketing, you can see we have options in here for creating a mailer. Let's see if that one's, there we go. That was a bad example. That one took me straight to the page. So if we go in here and say, let's set up a Market Watch, Marketing Center. There we go. So if I manage email blasts, you can see it opens up this tile collection where I can create an email blast, I can create a mail merge, or I can create an SMS blast. Since all those effectively go to very similar but different pages, it's a nice way that I can consolidate them here. So I want to send a message blast. Well, it takes me here, and now I can choose which one. So that's the point of the tile collections. So I could create one that says single sign-ons, and then when I click on it, it opens up a modal like that that presents me with all of my single sign-on options. So that's the idea of a tile collection. So there we go. Now if we want to edit tiles, so I can click on Edit Tiles again, and just as I said, this pencil brings up the edit interface, which is exactly the same as the creation interface, so that all works the same way. This just allows me to modify the existing tiles, and then when I want to get rid of them, I'll just click our trash can here, and it's gone. And then finish editing whenever you're done, and you're all set to go. So there you have it. That is how you can go in and create personal tiles in the DeltaNet, or basically a personal dashboard in the DeltaNet to help you facilitate your best workflow and work as efficiently as possible. So thanks a lot for joining me. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, as always, feel free to send an email into support@deltagroup.com or give us a call, and we'll be happy to walk you through whatever you need. Thanks a lot.